Good evening, good evening, good evening. Today I'm here to cook for you some brown stew, or what some people would call braised oxtail, with broad beans. Alright, so here I have 3 pounds of oxtail, which I got at my local supermarket, which I'm going to unbag, put some water in it and some vinegar, and let it stay there, the vinegar stay there and rest in it for a while. So here's how it's looking in the water, and now I'm adding the vinegar. Alright, so I just had a splash of vinegar and let it rest in the water there for around 15 minutes thereabouts, so and clean it up. Alright, we'll be back. Okay, here we have the oxtail properly cleaned and washed. You will rinse off the vinegar water twice to ensure that the oxtail is properly cleaned. Okay, now the other ingredients that we're going to be needing is 2 onions. We need we're going to put 6 cloves of garlic in the meat and 4 pieces in the oil. 4 medium-sized tomato. We need 4 stalks of scallion and thyme. All right, and you need probably a whole sweet pepper, but these sweet peppers that I have here, they are very small, hence why I'm using 2. Okay, so we're gonna start by preparing the garlic, and I showed you before how we clean garlic, right? It is 5. I'll have to go back and get some more. So remember that you have to wash your vegetables thoroughly. So you will slice up the garlic thinly. 6 of the pieces. Take the bigger ones. Alright. They are running away. Alright, and then we're going to add this to the oxtail. For these garlics now, the 4 that is left, you're going to put the knife over it and crush it, or if you have a bottle, alright, you can use that as well. What this will do is release the oils in the garlic. Alright, because you need the flavor in the oil when you're cooking it. Now, as I said, we're going to use 2 medium-sized onions, which we're going to clean and wash thoroughly. I'm sure everybody knows how to clean onions, alright? If you don't know and you're learning, I'm going through a detailed step-by-step tutorial here, so you will definitely get it right once you follow my pattern or my action. So that's 1 onion. I don't think I need to show you how to clean the other one, do I? The same thing. All right, cut the top, cut the bottom, and then you take off the outer coating. That's the bronze looking part. You take that off. Alright, so once your onions have been cleaned off properly, you will proceed to washing them thoroughly. because you know they all come from the earth. So we have to ensure that we clean our vegetables properly so that we don't eat any dirt. Alright, so you're going to cut the onions into thin rounds. Alright, as thin as you can. Try not to let the knife cut you. Okay. So that's one onion down. This is the other one. And trust me, you know when you have a good onion, when it is burning your eyes when you slice it. Now you add these now to the oxtail as well. Now we're moving on to the scallion. As I said to you before, we are using 4 stalks. So the stalks of scallion as well. You have to ensure that you clean them thoroughly. Alright. So you clean off any skin or anything off it, any dead skin. Using fresh, we want the fresher part of the onion. This the green onion or the scallion as we call it here in Jamaica. Okay. So now we're going to rinse this thoroughly as well and cut them in rounds. All right. So here goes. Try to use fresh or fresher seasonings or vegetables in the stew. All right, it gives it a better flavor than the dried ones when the seasonings are dry. All right, so you're going to add this as well to the oxtail, and now we are going to move to the tomatoes. We're going to wash them thoroughly and add them to the oxtail. All right. So you're technically going to cut it into 4. Right? And then you're going to have nice cubes when you slice it the other way. Alright? Do likewise for the other 3. Alright? The tomato will help to add to the flavor of the stew. Alright? We will add these as well to the oxtail, as I said before. Now we have 1 country pepper here, or 1 scotch bonnet pepper, which we will wash thoroughly, slice it up nicely, and add the whole thing to the to the stew, to the oxtail. It's not yet a stew. Alright, now we have the 2 sweet peppers. As I said to you, this is small. All you need is to buy a large one. I couldn't get any large one, excuse me. The pepper is going on. And then now you will slice or julienne the sweet peppers. Alright. Sorry about that. Somebody just came to me and I had to stop. Alright. So now we have some fresh thyme here. As you can see. Ensure that your thyme is looking as fresh and as lush as this. You should wash it thoroughly and add it to the mix, and ensure that you slice, you cut it up into smaller pieces and add it to the oxtail. All right. Alright, it's looking like this. We have not yet added the dry seasoning, which we're going to do shortly. So to the dry rubs we're going to use in is 1 tablespoon of black pepper, half tablespoon of garlic powder, we're going to be using some creole seasoning, around 1 tablespoon. Excuse me. Creole seasoning. Can use around half tablespoon. Alright. Jerk seasoning, 1 tablespoon. And we're going to use some dark soya sauce. Right? And now we're going to rub in the seasonings in, both the dry and the green seasoning or the fresh seasoning. All right. So it should look like this when it is well mixed in. All right. Now we're going to move on to heating the pot. Adding some oil to a pot and heating the pot to add the oxtails. Alright, so you put the oil to hot and ensure that the oil covers the pot like this. Then we're going to add the garlic and let them fry until golden brown. So here we have added the 4 cloves of garlic. You fry them 1 minute on each side. And then you're going to add the pieces of oxtail. So we're going to add the oxtail into the pot. Take off all the seasoning, alright? Because the seasoning will burn into the oil, okay? So ensure to take off all of this scallion and stuff. The thyme probably can stay, alright? Then you're going to add it to the pot. Hear that? Right. And you're not going to overcrowd the pot because you're frying it so that you get flavor, alright? And you don't have to use dark soya sauce. Dark soya sauce is what I have. And I have not been able to get the normal soya sauce from for a while now at the supermarket that I usually go to. Alright. So around that amount into the pot and let it fry up. Alright. I'll show you again what it's gonna look like. Okay. Boy, you should smell inside here. It's smelling so good. So we're going to turn it over on the other side. And it should look like this. Alright? For those newbies to cooking, oxtail, what you can do is to heat up the oil. Put it on medium-low. Ensure that the oil is extremely hot. Alright? And then you let it fry on both sides. Each side 10 minutes if it's on medium low. If you have it on a little higher flame, all you have to do, look for this color on the oxtail and then you turn it over. Alright? And we're going to repeat it until we have fried all the oxtail. Alright? Okay guys, so I have finished fried all the oxtail. So what I do, throw off the oil, the excess oil, because the oxtail will render some of its fat. Alright, so you throw off all the oil and then you add back all the oxtails to the pot along with some water. Traditionally, persons would use tin broad beans in their oxtail, but I'm allergic to tin food. So here I have some dried broad bean. You have to know if you work the thing and make the thing flex, you know. When you have issues, that doesn't mean you can't eat what you like, but you have to find another way to get around it. So we're gonna do it like the first time, people. So these broad beans, they are very firm. The supermarket I usually buy it in, it usually takes a long time to cook. So I'm going to wash it and add it to the pot to cook down with the broad bean, with the oxtail, the braised oxtail. Now, I should inform you that you have to wash it thoroughly, alright? If you were to add the canned beans, you would wait until around 15 minutes near finish cooking time when the oxtail is extremely tender, and then you add the canned beans to it. But I'm going to add these broad beans to it now because they usually are very, very hard to cook. Alright? So I'm going to wash these thoroughly and add it to it. And then I'm going to check on it occasionally. So I'm going to let it cook for an hour. Alright, and then we'll come back. This is what it looks like after an hour. You see, the beans are still not thoroughly cooked. Right? That's why I tell you at the store, when I buy beans there, I have to really cook it for a while. Alright, so I'm going to add the green seasoning or the fresh seasoning that we use to season the oxtail with now, and we're going to cook for another hour, and then I think we should be done. Okay, this is what the braised oxtail is looking like. Just turned it off. Now I'm going to serve it up with a plate of white rice. This is what it looks like all plated. Okay. I hope you enjoyed this video and it was informative. And I hope it will be useful. Try my recipe and tell me what you think. Have a good evening. Bon appetit. Bye.